This is Dott TV. Dott TV. Dott TV. Yeah. Dott TV. Yeah. Dott TV. Yeah. Dott TV.
Dott TV, the heart of the matter.
In the heart of Asaba, where the street tells the stories every single day.
From the corridors of powers to the decisions shaping governance and politics in Delta and Nigeria.
From traders counting every naira to families battling rising costs and uncertain times.
From football pitches to sporting successes to the major developments making the headlines all over the world.
And from the untold human stories, the struggles, victories, resilience, and hope of the everyday Nigerians.
This is the news beyond the headlines. Dott TV News are your trusted window to stories that truly matter to the people. Here, we don't just report events, we tell the human stories behind them.
Welcome. Hello and welcome. This is Dott TV News at 4. I am Priscilla Ifani, and here are the stories we have for you. The Federal High Court in Abuja has ordered the remand of activist and publisher Omoyele Sowore at the Kuje Correctional Center pending the hearing of an application challenging the revocation of his bail. Justice Mohammed Umar, who gave the order on Monday, also dismissed an application by Sowore seeking the judge's recusal from the case over allegation of bias. The court subsequently adjourned proceedings until June 24 for the hearing of the application for a stay. The case stems from an earlier ruling in which the court revoked Showore's bail and issued a bench warrant for his arrest after he failed to appear for trial. And in Oyo State, motorists and commuters along the busy Iwo Road interchange in Ibadan, Oyo State today had a hard time carrying out their businesses as protesters blocked the busy area, causing a major traffic disruption. The protesters who gathered at the location around 10 a.m. were led by the Take It Back movement, demanding the release of the abducted Oyo school children and teachers. The national coordinator of the movement, Juwon Shayonlu, who spoke during the protest, said the demonstration was part of the ongoing efforts by the group to push for the freedom of the victims. According to him, the protest is a continuation of the actions that the organization has embarked upon since the abduction of the children and teachers in Owerri local government area of Oyo State in May. And back home in Delta, the state police command has begun enforcing the directives of the Inspector General of Police against vehicles with unregistered, defaced, faded, and covered number plates. 26 vehicles were impounded on the first day of the exercise in Asaba, led by the Delta State Commissioner of Police, Yemi Oyeniyi. The report.
Police officers found that across major roads in Asaba, stopping vehicles with unregistered, covered, defaced, or faded number plates. The enforcement exercise, led by Commissioner of Police Yemi Oyeniyi, is part of a nationwide directive aimed at improving vehicle identification and denying criminals the anonymity often created by unlawful numbers.
They should have fixed their plate number correctly. No room for keeping plate number inside vehicle. No to that. They should have fixed it. The vehicle and the owner, we should be able to identify them. We don't want vehicle to be used for the criminal activities. We want to know who is using what vehicle, which vehicle, to be identified with the owners. So that is the reason why we are here today.
The operation led to the impoundment of 26 vehicles found to be in violation of the law. Their owners were subsequently arraigned before Judiciary Revenue Court 1 in Asaba.
To know about, because I'm not living in Asaba. This is Tokumbo car.
come out from Tinkan yesterday. Look at the
Yes, and I don't know. You know, the way we got the number, I think we went through the normal process. So I don't know how it's fake. But they said, yeah, I have all my papers to show, including the ID card. And since they said they are bringing us to the court, there's no point for me to be arguing with them because we are coming to the court.
The command says the exercise will continue across the state, warning motorists to comply with registration requirements and other extant regulations.
Meanwhile, drivers and commuters in Delta State have expressed concern about the high cost of fuel despite a drop in global oil prices. Our correspondent Odiase Onyeka has the report.
First of all, I don't believe that fuel should cost as much as 1,000 naira per liter in Nigeria. Reason we are an oil producing country, one of the biggest one in the world. Two, we have refineries. What same countries do, they refine their own products, so the local people can get their fuel at minimum amount. I don't expect that fuel should cost anything more than 500 naira per liter.
This high price of fuel, it has affected every part of Nigeria, every part of the nations, even individuals. It made things cost, it made things high. Even we are the transporters, we find it difficult to feed.
Every day, every week, they come out 10 naira, they put in 20 naira. They come out 15 naira, they put in 100 naira. So it remains the same thing.
As they put the price for fuel, they had us. When they put them normal price where we they buy them before, 400 is okay for them and me.
Still in Delta, 4 oil-producing and Shekiri communities in Warri South local government area of the state have demanded the creation of a separate electoral ward known as Ijala Ward and the Independent National Electoral Commission's ongoing ward delineation exercise for the Warri Federal Constituency. The communities Ifekburu, Ajoltan, Ikere, Utonwa, under the umbrella of the Ijala communities made the demand during a press conference held on Sunday in Ifekburu. Speaking on behalf of the community's power, Michael Dominos said the call for a separate ward was based on the area's population growth, economic importance, and contributions to Nigeria's oil and gas industry. The demand adds a fresh dimension to the ongoing controversies surrounding INEC's ward delineation exercise in the Warri Federal Constituency, which comprises of Warri South, Warri North, and Warri Southwest local government areas of Delta State. To Anambra, where the state police commanders thwarted an alleged attempt by a 21-year-old woman to sell her newborn baby girl in Igbariam, Anambra East local government area of the state. According to the police public relations officer Tochukwu Ikenga, operatives attached to the Oye Divisional Police Station acted on credible intelligence on June 19 and swiftly intervened before the alleged transactions could take place. Ikenga said officers traced the young mother and her infant to a location in Igbariam following a tip-off from a concerned resident. The police immediately secured both mother and child and initiated efforts to ensure their safety and welfare. Preliminary investigation revealed that the woman had reportedly hidden pregnancy and childbirth from her parents. Coming up shortly on the news at 4, it's UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer resigns, and that's on foreign news plus sports news after the break. Please stay with us.
This is your station. This is Dott TV. Dott TV. Dott TV. Yeah. Dott TV. Yeah. Dott TV. Yeah. Dott TV.
Dott TV, the heart of the matter.
Thanks for still being there. Now to the rest of our stories. The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board has announced that the Nigerian Certificate in Education will become the sole admission route into colleges of education nationwide from the 2026/2027 academic section ending admissions in 200 and 200 levels. The decision forms a part of a comprehensive admission reform unveiled by the board in new guidelines issued by the Office of the Registrar, Ishak Oloyode. JAMB said the new measures were designed to enhance transparency in the administration, eliminate irregular admission practice, and improve the quality of teacher education in Nigeria. Under the new policy, no candidate will be admitted in 200 or 200 levels in any college of education from the 2026 and 2027 academic section, effectively ending the direct entry pathway that previously existed in some institutions. JAMB also announced the termination of admissions into affiliated degree programs run by colleges of education, saying all prospective students seeking admission into the institution must do so through the NCE program. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has arrested two elderly men aged 84 and 75 who are allegedly supplying and selling illicit drugs to teenagers in secondary schools in Umuahia, the Abia State capital. The suspect, identified as 84-year-old Godfrey Orji and 75-year-old Godwin Obolombia Obiora, were arrested in separate operations by the operatives of the agency. According to a statement by the NDLEA's Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, Obiora was arrested on June 19 following intelligence report that he was selling illicit substances to students and other users from his patient medicine store. The agency explained that Orji, a pensioner, was arrested after he was caught supplying illicit drugs to students of St. Silas Secondary School, Old Umuahia. And the shocking case of jungle justice has rocked Kaduna State after an angry mob allegedly overpowered police officers, dragged the woman from custody, killed her, and set her body ablaze over unverified allegations of child theft. The tragic incident occurred at the weekend in Maraban, Jos, on the outskirts of Kaduna, sparking outrage and renewed concerns over mob violence and breakdown of law and order. According to the Kaduna State Police Command, the Divisional Police Officer of Maraban Jos received a distress call at about 10 a.m. reporting that a woman was being attacked by residents who accused her of stealing a child. Police officers swiftly responded, rescued the woman, and took her into protective custody pending investigations. However, the situation took a deadly turn when hundreds of angry residents reportedly descended on the police station. Overwhelmed officers on duty forcibly removed the woman from custody, brutally killing her and setting her remains ablaze. And now to the foreign scene. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has resigned from the office as both Prime Minister and leader of the Labour Party. He announced his resignation in a statement outside 10 Downing Street on Monday, saying his decision in office were guided by the interests of the country. Starmer said the Labour Party would begin the process of selecting a new leader in July and confirmed that he would remain Prime Minister until a successor is chosen before Parliament returns from its summer recess in September. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif says talks between the United States and Iran have concluded on a positive note in Switzerland. The discussion took place during a multilateral gathering at the Lake Lucerne Summit. Sharif said the parties agreed on a preliminary roadmap aimed at reaching a final deal within 60 days. He also said the framework includes the creation of a high-level committee to oversee political coordination between the sides. The talks are reported to have been held in a constructive atmosphere with plans for further technical-level negotiations in the coming weeks. Meanwhile, former South Korean Justice Minister Park Sun-jae has been sentenced to 25 years in prison for his role in a failed martial law attempt linked to the country's former president. According to reports, the case stems from December 2024 when the then president Yoon Suk-yeol allegedly declared martial law in a move that parliament overturned within hours. Prosecutors said senior officials were involved in supporting or facilitating the declaration, which triggered a major constitutional political crisis in Seoul. Yoon Suk-yeol is reported to have been convicted in connection with the case and is serving a life sentence, while Park's sentencing marks one of the most significant rulings to emerge from the fallout. And for sports news, here is Anthony Uche.
On the sports desk, we start with some tennis news as Serena Williams will make a surprise return to singles action at Wimbledon later this month after accepting a wild card. The 44-year-old has been given the final spot in the women's main draw, filling a gap that was left following the initial announcement on Tuesday. Williams has played 2 doubles matches since making her competitive return earlier this month after a 4-year absence. She has won the Wimbledon singles title 7 times but remains one short off Margaret Court's long-standing women's record of 24 Grand Slams. Now to football. The ongoing FIFA World Cup continued on Sunday and into the early hours of Monday morning. Spain replied to a disappointing draw in the opening game by dismantling Saudi Arabia by 4-0 with Lamine Yamal and Mikel Oyarzabal shining. There was also victories for Egypt, who recorded their first ever World Cup victory after defeating New Zealand by 3-1 from a 1-goal deficit. Other results include Belgium playing out a goalless draw versus Iran despite having a man sent off, and Africa's feel-good story at the tournament continued with Cape Verde securing a 2-2 draw against Uruguay and putting themselves in good position ahead of the final group games. Later today, Argentina will continue their title defense against Australia, while France will take on Iraq. Norway will play African champions Senegal, and Jordan will take on also an African nation in Algeria. From the sports desk, Anthony Uche, Dott TV News.
That's all we have for you on the news. Thank you for your time. I am Priscilla Ifani. And remember, security is everyone's business, your business and my business. Report any suspicious movement to the nearest security agency close to you, because a safer Delta is a stronger Delta. Thank you for joining us.
In the heart of Asaba, where the street tells the stories every single day.
From the corridors of powers to the decisions shaping governance and politics in Delta and Nigeria.
From traders counting every naira to families battling rising costs and uncertain times.
From football pitches to sporting successes to the major developments making the headlines all over the world.
And from the untold human stories, the struggles, victories, resilience, and hope of the everyday Nigerians.
This is the news beyond the headlines. Dott TV News are your trusted window to stories that truly matter to the people. Here, we don't just report events, we tell the human stories behind them.
This is your stage.